for Jayson Tatum, 41 points in only 3 quarters of play. What's your reaction to what he was just able to accomplish out there tonight?
I mean, he was really good, obviously, but I thought the game started with he and others attacking the basket, and more importantly, the ball hitting the second side of the floor a lot, which we needed to. It's a huge emphasis going into today, and then I thought he made the right play, and obviously made a ton of shots.
When you look at the stuff that you're doing wrong and you talk about point of emphasis, like what did you see that you were corrected from the losing streak to today?
I think you have to keep doing it, John. So I don't know about correcting it, right? You just have to. It has to be a conscious thing. Some days it feels better than others because the ball's going in. But today was really 2 things on the board: pressure the ball the way we want to pressure the ball on defense, and get the ball to the second side. So we tried to run a little bit more of our movement, a little bit more of our stuff that generates that. A few more touches across the floor. And guys did a really good job kind of sticking with it. Sometimes it'll go away from that. If you make some shots and if the basket feels big.
Well, what allowed Enos to have such a good night tonight?
Well, first of all, I mean, they were obviously, second night back-to-back, shorthanded. But he's been pretty consistent with his ability to score in the paint and rebound the ball. And I joked with him that he would go back in there and miss one and pad his stats, then put it in, and he did. But I don't think he did it. I don't think he did it on purpose, but I at least enjoyed that for myself. So he's a really good rebounder, and he's got wonderful touch. That's the thing that we've seen certainly in the last 2 months.
You might have given him that idea.
He's used it before.
Brad, what kind of confidence does a game like this build, the way you guys, especially were able to move the ball? It looked like in transition, beat New Orleans down the floor many times.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that the key is to just do it. I said this earlier today, that there's not a panic in our building the last 3 games. I mean, we would have liked to have played better, Washington and San Antonio. Philly, I thought we did a lot more good things than bad, so we felt like we were headed in the right direction. This morning when we came to work, it felt like we were going to be ready to go tonight. So, it doesn't always mean you're going to play well. It doesn't always mean the ball's going to go in the basket. But, I think that we just have to get ready for Chicago and, try to do it again.
Hi, Brad. I know that Jayson finishing at the rim has been a big thing for him this year. But just how much better is he in that aspect of his game right now?
Well, I just think he's going to be ever improving. He had a couple of really good finishes with both hands early in the game, but he also, I thought, had the right mindset attack. It helps when you start off these 40-point games with a couple of layups, which he got a couple off his effort, a couple off big ceiling for him. And then he got a couple steals, and now the basket feels a little bit bigger, and some of those threes go down. But the finishing is going to be really important. And we've talked about we've talked a lot about how best to do that. But I think he's had a great year, but I think he can get better.